Well, the only way this could actually be better is if he got laughing gas as well as the face Novocaine. But Andrew just got back from the dentist, didn't anticipate that he was going to get the Novocaine shot. But here
That's
you are.
right.
You're talking pretty well though for
Yeah,
and numb in the
yeah,
mouth.
for sure. If I start drooling on the one side of my face, I can't feel one side of my face right now. So, but hey, besides being a serial truth teller, I'm a man of the people. So I came on the pod no matter what. I would not let you guys down.
Well, I love that about you, and we appreciate you being here. So my one of my YouTube mentors says we need to tell the people what we're going to talk about right here, and
Okay?
I have no idea what we're going to talk about because you don't
No.
talk about what happened on Saturday.
Well, no. We got a bunch of stuff to get to already, Coulter. So
I
I
want
mean,
I want to talk about cryptocurrency today. I
okay.
want to talk about potentially professional wrestling.
Okay.
I'd like to maybe touch on if Seinfeld is actually good or not.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know you. I'd also like to talk about my potential sitcom that Kyle Hansen spilled the beans about on the.
Yeah. That would be good.
Uh, and,
First, what we need to jump into is, as you can see in my background here, we had the most listened to episode that we've had
by a lot.
by a lot, talking sandwiches. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys flooded me with your favorite sandwiches. Okay, some honorable mentions that I definitely left off. Okay, the banh mi. All right, great sandwich.
Yeah.
I love a good banh mi, especially a nice spicy one.
There's these
Okay.
Vietnamese ladies that have a specifically just a banh mi truck, and they only
Hmm.
bring it to the farmers market on Saturdays in Missoula. And I'm telling them every time, I'm like, if you had this 7 days a week, I would get it three. Like
Yeah.
I would go there on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It is so delicious.
Banh mi is a great sandwich. We have chicken parm, which I don't typically get. I know people are very particular about their chicken parm. Okay, a cheating entry, ice cream sandwich. Okay, I mean that is a sandwich. So I mean, if that's not on your list, I think it's an omission. I'm sorry, but it is kind of cheating. But the one that I kept on getting, okay, was the Philly cheesesteak. Okay. Uh here's the deal. All of my list, all right, is sandwiches in general. Okay. A lot of people came back with particular sandwiches for particular stores. Okay. That's a different list. All right. This is just, I'm talking top five sandwiches of all time. And a Philly cheesesteak, I've been to Philadelphia a bunch of times. I've had cheesesteaks everywhere. I've had them at Geno's, I've had them at Pat's, I've had them at Jim's, I've had them even at some hole in the wall place that had like truffle cheese. Okay. No cheesesteak that I've ever had is better than the cheesesteak from the Pickle Barrel in Bozeman. Okay. That is the king of cheesesteaks, and the reason being is they put barbecue sauce in it, which is like sacrilege to people in Philadelphia. So did you watch the documentary with David Chang where he talks about how food migrates to different places and gets better when it fuses with other cultures and cuisines?
I did.
Like,
I love this. It was very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and he was talking about how all these people from New Orleans moved from New Orleans to Houston after Hurricane Katrina. And in New Orleans, you can only make food a certain way, and anything outside of how they normally make it is sacrilege to them. But in Houston, they have like all these different fusions with like Asian cooking, and it makes it better. That's the thing with the Bozeman Philly cheesesteak, okay? Barbecue sauce does not exist on any cheesesteak out east, and it makes it better. It is way better than any Philly cheesesteak I've ever had, and that I know people are going to get mad from the East Coast about that if they listen to this, but it's the truth. That is the best sandwich or best Philly I've had.
Now the YouTube people tell me this is where we say it's Talking Schmidt, presenting by Holloway and Hulling. We're going
Yeah.
to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back right after this.
At Holloway and Hulling, we deliver the results that Griz fans deserve. If you've been charged with a criminal offense or a DUI, we will fight to defend your rights.
If you've been injured in an accident, we have the offense to get you the compensation you deserve.
Choose the right team. Choose Holloway and Hulling for proven criminal defense and personal injury legal services, a proud partner of Grizzly Athletics. Visit us soon at our new downtown location or check out our website for more information.
What up, E?
What's going on? Man, those are some nice medals.
Yeah, man, these are hard to come by.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 of them.
Well, that's nothing like going to March Madness, though.
We did go to a national championship.
Okay, guys, whatever. Let's just get on the Montana party bus and head over to Press Box for lunch.
Yeah.
Nuanez now and Skyline Sports, covering Montana athletics and the Big Sky Conference better than anybody. The Montana Party Bus and the Press Box are also proud supporters of Montana athletes.
Hey, cheers to you guys, man. Cheers to Montana. Cheers to
It's time to let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser Hard Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka, it's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. With no bubbles to fill you up, it's perfect for tailgating or ski season in Montana. Plus, each Sun Cruiser is only 100 calories and 4.5% alcohol, making it perfect for anywhere your adventures take you. When you need a little sun in your life, nothing hits quite like a Sun Cruiser. Crack one open today and let the good times cruise.
Sun Cruiser Beverage Co., Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce servings. Please drink responsibly.
The Pickle Barrel had a location in Missoula for a moment in time.
Yeah.
Remember in high school? It's so funny how things have changed. Because
it was down by South Campus, right?
Totally.
It was
Remember in high school for football and basketball and stuff, you'd have
Mhm.
to sell the deal cards. Like
Yeah.
it was probably the hot cards for you guys. It was the blue and gold cards for us or whatever. And they'd always have like discount deals on there. You know, get an extra scoop of ice cream at Dairy Queen, or
Yeah.
get some fries at Fuddruckers or whatever. Well, the Pickle Barrel is the single greatest gold card deal in the history of the world. It was buy one half of a sandwich, and these halves are footlongs.
Gigantic. Yeah.
Get the second half free. Well, needless to
Yeah.
say, the Big Sky High School Eagles put the Pickle Barrel on South Avenue in Missoula out of business because we went
Yeah.
the buy one get one free. We would go there like multiple times a week and get those cheesesteaks. Man, those things were good.
Oh yeah. And yeah, so in general, generally the cheesesteak is not my favorite. It's not, because it's not any good anywhere else besides that particular place. But it got me thinking, because last week, did you hear about that? I feel like Jay Leno. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this?
Your head's not even close to us big enough.
Yeah, that's my limited fake Jay Leno. The sandwich thrower in DC was found not guilty of throwing a sandwich at an ICE officer. And I started texting with some friends, and I was like, what sandwich do you think he threw at him? Because it was a Subway sandwich, apparently. But they didn't say what kind of sandwich. It's like when Damon Jones threw the soup at one of the coaches for the Cavs, and they were trying to find out what kind of soup it was. And that conversation devolved into, what is the best sandwich to throw at someone? And you're lucky, because Colter, I have right here my top 5 top sandwiches to throw at people list. I wrote it down right before the show started. Okay, so some things to consider. Okay, distance, all right, and impact. Okay, so a sloppy Joe is a great sandwich to hit someone with, but at distance, that's going to be hard. You're not going to get it there. So you got to consider these two things, and it makes it for an interesting list. So on this episode, you guys hit me with your top the best sandwich to throw at someone, not the most throwable sandwiches, okay? But we're talking from distance and end result, okay? So number 5, an old grilled cheese that has gotten hard from distance. Okay, you can really wing one of those.
Yes,
all right,
you
like a frisbee, and if you hit someone, that's gonna hurt. I don't know if you guys have toddlers, you've made a grilled cheese that's gotten old. That thing is hard, and you could really wing that. That's a good throwable sandwich that have some impact. Okay, number 4, a meatball at close range. Now this is meatball. Obviously, if you're going to throw it from distance, it's going to fly. Meatballs are going to flying everywhere. But if you're at close range and you hit someone with a bunch of meatballs, that marinara sauce is going to take forever to get out. Okay, it's like when you get it in Tupperware. It's just you're never going to get it out. So that's my number 4. Number 3, a Euro at distance. Oh, that's the Schmidt Storm. So a Euro at distance, it's like a football. Okay, you could really get a nice throw into that, and you could probably even make it spiral and then hit someone. Like if you a good Euro is gonna fling, and it's gonna drill someone. Number 2, a sloppy Joe at close range. It's like a shotgun blast. Okay, Like that would be demoralizing to get hit with a sloppy Joe at close distance. Okay. And number one, this is my favorite, a tuna salad sandwich. Can you imagine how demoralizing that would be to get hit by a tuna salad sandwich? You would smell like tuna the entire day. The entire day. Like that would be awful. There's mayo and tuna and whatever else is in there, however they made it. You'd be picking it out from behind your ear and your hair for a week. That number one, my favorite. We can even do the bomb here. Tuna salad sandwich. You just got to get it there and you got to hit it. That's my number one.
Here's the number one way you can make it worse too. Don't drain the tuna water out of the tuna.
Ooh, yeah, get it nice and wet.
So then it's just soaking you.
So it's like wet toilet paper and it just like sticks like a wall. Yeah.
So under what circumstances are we throwing sandwiches at people?
I don't know what made this guy throw a sandwich at an ICE officer. I have no idea. I just know that you can do it legally.
Would you have thrown a sandwich onto the field if you were at the game on Saturday?
Ooh,
Sir Washington.
You want to talk about the game? I thought we were going to talk about
no. I'm mostly just baiting
the
you
game.
Back to the important part. Yeah. Okay. All right. What Bitcoin are you buying right now? Are you buying Bitcoin? Are you buying crypto? Are you a crypto guy? I don't know.
So I know it's down right now. So whenever
my friend group,
whenever anyone pays me in like Venmo or PayPal, you can buy crypto on that platform. So I just buy it with that. It's like, hey, here's 50.
Right. What happened?
This field represents big moments, big challenges, and the need for a team you can trust.
At Holloway and Hulling, we understand what's at stake. We are your advocates in Missoula and Western Montana.
We provide clear, result-driven counsel for criminal defense and personal injury cases.
Our new downtown office is where we turn that strategy into action.
Holloway and Hulling, your advocates for justice and a proud Griz sponsor.
Being in this industry since I was in college, one of the things I think we take the most pride in is Aspen Sound's been such a presence in Missoula for almost 40 years. The cool parts about our job is people always ask, what do you do for a living? I sell phone, whether it's as simple as window tint all the way up to integrating a backup camera into a factory screen. I'm pretty excited about the options that we can present.
Jewelry Design Center. We want to be your jeweler for life.
This is how you know they're listening to us.
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying, if people are going to say something's worth something, then I'll jump along for the ride. I think you guys are all insane, though.
It's definitely interesting. Okay, you'll like this. So there's a couple people I work with at my Missoula Broadcasting Company job that are younger than us, and I feel like generations are much shorter now. Used to be like you'd be in the same generation as someone if you're within like 10 years. Now, if someone's like 8 years younger than you, they have no idea about anything.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know about anything that happened in the 90s or like pop culture or like, because their whole minds were just morphed by the internet because they've only had the internet. Like people 30 and younger, they only had the internet. Like they got Facebook, but they were like children instead of immature 20-year-olds.
I don't know where you're going with this, but my example of this is that I was talking about how Nick Disley was the best athlete to like come out of Montana. Yes. And people were like, you mean Will Disley? And I'm like, no, his brother, his oldest brother, was like the best athlete that has ever come out of the state of Montana. And they had no idea who I was talking about.
Man,
no idea.
It's such a good point, though, because I tell this story all the time. But my sophomore year, so that would have been your junior year of high school, that was my first year playing varsity for basketball and football. And
Mhm.
one of the first games I ever suited up for, I didn't get to play very much in hoops, but was against Bozeman High when they had Nick Disley and Trent Saunders and Carson Durr and Casey Durham. And like, I mean, the whole, who was the other guy? PJ Owsley. Like
PJ Owsley,
their whole
Jeff
starting lineup,
Sherrill.
I mean, dude, the whole starting lineup went D1. And
yeah, they could all but one of them could dunk.
So I'm sitting here like,
it was crazy.
Here like warming up from one of my first varsity basketball games, and they're all windmill dunking and shit. I'm like, dude, we're dead. And they beat us by like 70 points. And I thought that's like what the level was. And then we like started playing Helena High and shit. And I was like, oh, that's normal. That team's not.
I remember one time, Nick, we were at like Bobcat basketball camp or Hawk basketball camp, and he threw the ball up off the glass, grabbed it, took it over his head, slammed it against the backboard, and then turned and then dunked it. And I was like, what? Like, this is not the same. Like, we're not on the same level here. Anyway, Nick, for you guys who don't know, I went to the University of Washington football camp going into my junior year of high school. And I had Bobcat shorts on. I've told this story before. And we're doing all these testing things, is what they do at camps, or at the time they did. And a coach comes up to me. He's like, take those stupid Bobcat shorts off. And I was like, oh, you a Bobcat? And he's like, yeah, or are you a Griz? And he's like, yeah, I'm a Griz alum. And he goes, do you go to Bozeman High? And I was like, yeah. And he says, tell Nick Disley he's coming here to the University of Washington. And I was like, oh, that coach was Bobby Houck.
Right.
That coach was Bobby Houck. So like everyone wanted Nick Disley. He would have like 4 catches for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns a game. Like the guy was absolutely insane. Decided to play basketball for the Cats. Yep. So for those of you who don't know, that your generation, look him up, because his team was undefeated in high school. They were like 23-0 his senior year. They blew every team out by like 30, and the only game that was close was against CMR on a last-second shot. And that's it. Every other, I'm sure they had the largest margin of victory in Montana history.
There's no question. And you always wonder, like, what would it have happened if Nick would have played football in college? Because I mean, he's an all-conference basketball player for the Cats, and like, if you're an all-conference D1 basketball player from Montana, like that's about as good as it's gonna get for you as a hooper. But like, man, if he goes to Oregon or Washington and plays receiver, I think he's like his brother, man. I think he's in the NFL.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's probably playing tight end, but you know, Nick, he'll tell you his first love was basketball, and that's good for him for playing. Totally. I mean, you can't make people do something that they don't want to do, and he loved basketball. But dude, that guy was just a monster. He's like the best receiver I ever played with, and I'm including college. All the guys I played with at the Griz, like, he was way better in high school.
Totally, man. Like, for people that don't remember, man, like, he was better than all those guys of our age group in high school too, like Gary Annie and Ty Palmer and Mike Farrader. And
yeah.
He's better than all those guys. He was silly. Anyways, back to young people.
Okay,
a couple of the guys that worked there, they've never followed pro wrestling at all, and they have no concept of like promos and bits that pro wrestlers do. So I was showing them the whole Ric Flair montage the other day.
Oh my God.
To relive it through someone who's never seen it. I mean, just amazing, man. Like, they're making jokes about wearing their gaiters and Rolex wearing and stuff. It's still, dude, it's so funny.
Yeah, Rolex wearing, jet fly, limousine riding. Yeah. I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down. Ric Flair, he's the best. He's on my wrestling Mount Rushmore for sure. Which, is that another list? Hold on. Ric Flair. All right. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Good one.
The Rock. And, the last one's hard. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart's a good one too.
I mean, it's hard because Shawn Michaels was really good. The Undertaker was really good. Macho Man. But those are my 4. Do you want to do yours? I have the sounder. You want to do yours? I can do it. Okay.
I'm with you on Stone Cold.
Okay.
I'm with you on the Nature Boy.
Okay.
I got to roll Randy Savage in there though. The Macho Man is
the Macho Man.
he's just too good. And then from like not a personality standpoint, but just because I believed the legend of him, Goldberg.
Goldberg, yeah.
Goldberg wasn't very good at the promos, but like there was
wrestling.
There was the reality though that he actually really did play at Georgia for the Atlanta Falcons. And so then you were like, that was right at the brink when I was in like my early teenage years where I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is fake, but also it's like so entertaining. So I'm going to keep watching it. Then this guy just comes out, he starts tackling people. And you're like, this is actually real. Like he doesn't know how to wrestle, but he's just absolutely annihilating people. And maybe this is like a turning point of this becoming more real. And so I totally believed that he was real. And then I realized he wasn't.
Yeah. It's hard for me as like people who watch the new product. And I do, I like CM Punk. I like Daniel Bryan. I like Bray Wyatt before he tragically passed away. Like, I like the product. I don't think people realize that era with like Goldberg and Stone Cold, they were averaging like 10 million people per episode.
They were outdrawing Monday Night Football sometimes.
Yes, correct. They were getting more than NFL football, which is impossible. And for people who to say like John Cena is on the Mount Rushmore or Batista or any new guy. Guys, those guys presided over an era where they went from 10 million people an episode to now they get like one. Like it's not the same. Like those guys, Roman Reigns, I enjoy it. I like those guys, but you guys go back and watch, because I think you can go back and watch that stuff from like Stone Cold and The Rock. They were doing it every week for like 5 years in a row. It was incredible time. Incredible.
The one line that the producers couldn't get over. I spilt more money on spilt liquor from one side of the globe than the other than you made last year, buddy. So
yeah.
Greatest lines ever, dude.
Yeah. Ric Flair is great, man. He was like, if not for Ric Flair, you wouldn't have a lot of guys. And he wasn't the originator of everything. Like I think there was a few I forget who it was, but one of them inspired.
I'll show you.
One of them inspired
this guy right here. I just bought
Gorgeous George. That's it.
I just bought this book, Gorgeous George. This is hilarious, dude. When he was saying the Ric Flair style stuff, but in the 50s, people were losing their minds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the one who inspired Muhammad Ali to talk shit, because they were on the same radio show together in Louisville when he was Cassius Clay. And Gorgeous George went first and started doing a promo like what became of wrestling. And he's like, wow, I could sell my fights this way by talking this way about Sonny Liston. And that's how Muhammad Ali became the Louisville Lip, right? Is because of pro wrestling.
So I was thinking I'll send this copy to you, but then I'll get another copy and send it to Dr. Luke Wood. So he can learn learn how to talk promo shit stuff and actually learn how to talk shit properly instead of like a second grader.
Yeah. What do you think about them? I mean, if they win out, who knows what happens?
Well, if they went out there in the playoffs, I think an 8-4 sack team gets in the playoffs, especially since one of their losses is to FBS. I know Nevada.
And that they should have won.
They should have won. I know Nevada's absolute dog shit, but the committee.
Correct.
This is where
Nevada is dog shit.
Dude, what would Nevada place in the Big Sky this year?
Last. Did you see? I tweeted this out. I tweeted it out. Like they were losing like 48-0, and their quarterback had 18 passing yards.
Dude, it's so bad.
And I made that joke. Like, hey, it looks like building your entire team just to beat the 3-3-5 and forsaking any passing game will get you a few rivalry wins, but I'm not so sure it's the best strategy at the next level. Jury's still out. Like Choate. I mean, Bobcat fans love him. I'm not so sure he's a good coach. The fact that he hasn't had a quarterback ever is concerning, I think, for any of his teams. And I wonder, does Tommy Mellott save Choate, or does Choate ruin Tommy Mellott? Like, I have no idea. But I can tell you, looking at Nevada's box scores each week, like their leading passer this year has like 300 yards. They played 9 games. It's insane. Like, I don't understand how you throw for 50 yards a game or whatever they do.
It's mystifying, man. It's totally crazy. Yeah, the sliding doors of Tommy Millot is wild, right? Like, what if you would have listened to one of his high school coaches, Colt Anderson, and went to the Griz? Well, then one sliding door is that he would have been the Griz quarterback, and that would have led the Griz to great amounts of glory. And maybe they're the ones that have played multiple national championship games over the last couple of years and all that. But then there's also the other sliding door where Bobby Houck could just be like, "You're an excellent, strong safety. Let's start lifting.
Let's make you a nickel."
Right.
Like, I have no idea what would have happened.
And that sliding door could also result in Tommy Millot being an even higher NFL draft pick.
Yeah.
Because he just played defense his whole time. Then he has prototype size and speed to play that spot. I mean, he just could have been the next Ty Okada, but probably a higher drafted prospect. And, Okada's starting for the Seattle Seahawks right now.
Yeah. And Millot, like, there's not what did he run, like a 4.4 or 4.3? Not those guys don't grow on trees. Like, they don't. Like, his combine numbers were crazy. Like, that guy is extremely athletic and good. So I don't know. I mean, Choate could have run the triple option with him, and then he could have got hurt, and his career could have been done. Like he was those 2 years where he got hurt and they had to have Chambers play. Who knows?
I mean, they kind of did run the triple option with the sophomore and a junior, and he did get hurt, and it did almost mess up his career.
Right. And so what if Choate is there, like, having him run it even more? Like, I have no idea. But
good sources say that Tommy Millot got cut by the Saints because he had to have hip surgery, and it was a lingering injury from college, from the wear and tear that he endured. So there is no sliding door there. That is that's the reality of the situation. And I've heard that if he gets back healthy, the Saints are willing to sign him back to the practice squad.
Again, I'm a huge fan of his game. I think he is an excellent player and a winner, and he has the athletic ability to, like, again, they don't make many of those people. He's to get a shot. I mean, if anyone can put the work in to make the league, even if he's playing a different position, he can do it. I think he's a great player.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
This field represents big moments, big challenges, and the need for a team you can trust.
At Holloway and Hulling, we understand what's at stake. We are your advocates in Missoula and Western Montana.
We provide clear, result-driven counsel for criminal defense and personal injury cases.
Our new downtown office is where we turn that strategy into action.
Holloway and Hulling, your advocates for justice and a proud Griz sponsor.
Shine Beer Sanctuary is leading the charge when it comes to promoting beer culture in Montana. Located at the corner of Church and Main and downtown Bozeman, the locally owned and operated tap house and bottle shop has the best beer selection in the Treasure State. The bar has 32 rotating beers on tap with everything from Duvel to local ciders, gluten-free beers, and non-alcoholic options. The bottle shop has more than 400 beer offerings from all over the world, and Shine offers Cicerone-trained beer guides. Come enjoy beer heaven at Shine Beer Sanctuary in Bozeman.
I'm looking right now. I just pulled it up. Okay. Sorry. The Nevada Wolfpack are 1-8, and their leading passer has 660 yards.
In 9 games.
That
is stunning.
It is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've only run for 1,200 yards. So, yeah, I don't know. I think
Jeff Choate will exit stage right and go become a FBS position coach somewhere.
Which, you know what? And I think this gets to something else that what's his face said. The head coach of Fresno State that was at NDSU. Matt Entz. So Entz said in an interview that he had to take a position coach job because people weren't taking him seriously as a coaching candidate because he was coming from FCS. And I was thinking of this the other day when we were talking about moving up. And these teams, these only 4 good teams in the FCS, and they should all move up. Um, that's another part of it. Like, people don't take you seriously because you are coaching at this level where there's like 4 good teams and the rest is shit. Because
Right.
Matt Entz had to go and coach linebackers at USC for a year, and then he immediately gets Fresno State, right? Jeff Choate had to go be linebacker coach at Texas. He was so pissed off that he didn't get the Boise job that he quits and goes to coach linebackers at Texas, and then he gets the Nevada job. So, like, I know people are talking about, is Bobby going anywhere? Like, do you think anyone is going to hire an FCS coach? I don't.
Well, especially given the track record of coaches from Montana too. Like, at the University of Montana, the guys that have moved up have just objectively not done well.
Yeah.
Which then harkens the question of how much of the winning that has happened at Montana is because of the coach and how much of it is because of the structure and the advantages that exist within the program, right?
Yeah. I don't know. And I mean, give Bobby his due here. He's one of like 3 coaches to make a bowl at UNLV, right? He did it one year, and the rest of the years he was like 2-8 or 2-10.
I mean, yeah, exactly. He went 15-50 in 5 years. So
and made a bowl game one year, which was only done by Barry Odom and like John Robinson. Like, that's it. So like, I mean, he built it to one good year, and then all fell apart again because UNLV is UNLV. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone. I know there's rumors. People are like, hey, you think Bobby's going to Oregon State, who just fired Rob? And they fired an interim coach, which I've never seen before.
They fired Rob Akey? I did not.
Yes, they just fired him. I've never seen that before.
What?
They fired Rob. They had the interim coach. They fired him. And
hey
now
man, here's
the
a job you didn't even apply for. We're making you take this job, and now we're going to fire you from it.
Because they lost to Sam Houston.
Oh,
right.
Man.
So they're like, is Bobby going to go there? I'm like, I think he needs to coach like linebacker or coach safeties at Washington before he would get that job. But I don't know.
What if he did take the Oregon State job and then had to play the Griz next year?
Oh, that would. I mean, the Griz are going to win that game.
That's why Bobby Houck is leaving, and that's why I don't think Deegan's going there either, because Oregon State's not as good as either of the Montana schools right now.
No, they are rudderless, and I think I'll tell you, I think Oregon State, Washington State, Cal, Stanford are all, and even to a lesser degree, UCLA, are never going to thrive until they are all in the same conference again. Like, they're just not. Reason being is like all the recruits are like, if I'm going to be in this area, I'm going to go to one of the big schools, right? I'm going to go to Washington or USC, and then no drop down who's like the next level wants to go to like Cal and then play half of their games on the East Coast. Like, who wants to do that? And no one wants to go to Washington State and play against Utah State or whatever. Like, it's not a good situation for those schools. It's not.
Okay, so my media sitcom is going to be the biggest hit ever, but we got to talk about like all the people that, well, we don't have time for this, but maybe we should brainstorm this next week. There's so many characters for this because like all the coaches are characters, because coaches are just inherently fascinating and psychotic people. Like that's just kind of how it goes in Division I coaching. I mean, you could have just a never-ending character that is Bobby Houck. I mean, it would just be so funny to have a satire on him. But then there's so many quirky media folks and people that have come through our lives, and it's just going to be hilarious. So.
I think it's a great idea, and you should do it and get it optioned for a TV show or whatever, and then I'll be your agent.
Let's go.
Okay. So yeah, no, I think any of that stuff, the coaching, my mom was going to write a book about like coaches' wives one time. And it never like got off the ground, but I mean, she was a little busy, but I thought it was a great idea because like, it's kind of what you're talking about in media. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but the West Virginia's coach was there was a coach in waiting. Dana Holgerson was like coach in waiting, and the head coach at West Virginia's wife started calling radio stations anonymously to talk shit on Dana Holgerson because she thought that he was trying to get her husband fired. And so she kept on, it was like Kathy in Morgantown or whatever. It kept on calling, was talking how much shit the offensive coordinator sucks. And it was the head coach's wife. So like it's just like one story of like one school. Like, do you know how many stories there are? This could easily be a limitless
forever
sitcom. Yes,
it's The Simpsons.
Yes,
it would be The Simpsons. We'd be able to go for 25 plus seasons.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
they have a reporter and everyone that he deals with in covering sports and the weird football coach and basketball and media guys and SIDs and all that stuff is just it's a funny setting for sure.
1959, at Street's Grocery in Whitefish, Montana's special spice was born. Alpine Touch. It's the taste you grew up with, well seasoned through the test of time. As the tradition carries from one Montana generation to the next. From its humble beginnings to a trusted brand, here's to the next 60 years. Alpine Touch. Montana's special spice since 1959.
Support a Griz athlete. DraftWorks is a longtime favorite of beer enthusiasts across the Treasure State, and DraftWorks has created a sessionable, delicious lager that donates part of every sale to the name, image, and likeness efforts at the University of Montana. Up with Montana Lager is a crisp, effervescent beer that pours pale straw in color and greets you with an inviting malty aroma, and it's crafted with Griz athletes in mind. If you're headed to the tailgate or stocking up to watch football, give back to the NIL Collective at the University of Montana by drinking Up with Montana Lager, proudly created by DraftWorks Brewing.
Pawn, Missoula's #1 pawn shop.
You want money? We got money. You need money? We got money. We're cash.
Do yourself a favor and make Cash One Pawn part of your online shopping habits. Cash One Pawn has an awesome online inventory, everything from firearms to power tools to speaker equipment to jewelry. Visit Cash One Pawn today.
Cash One Pawn.
8720 Roller Coaster Road, CashOnePawn.com.
All right, I only got about 6 minutes left, so I got to ask you: are the Griz shit up a creek with this defense, or what?
Schmidt Storm.
They stink, Colter. They stink. The Griz stink. Okay. They are awful. You just give them all of the
Poop
farts
town.
and the poop town and the yeah, all of them. How do you do that? How do you go up 22-0 and then let the rest of that game? How do you get so beaten down on adjustments? And first down, you just run into a wall every time when they're blitzing like 8 guys on first down, and then you have second and long and then third and long, and you go 3 and out, and then you let Eastern fucking Washington run 90 plays on you. Like, how do you awful is awful. Like, that was the worst game to watch. And they talked about it on the Griz fan pod. They're scoring if that spike doesn't go wrong. I'm not saying they're not scoring. They're not going to the north end zone. They're going to the south end zone, and they're gonna score. Like, they had them on the ropes, and but for that kid fumbling the ball, they would have lost. Like, that was an awful. I cannot put it any other way, but it was awful game. Awful. Like, I've been trying not to talk about this all week. That's the point of this pod, is to not talk about it. And now we have to talk about it at the very end. Awful.
One part of me thinks that we've seen a couple dozen games like this in Bobby Houck's 15 years as the head coach at Montana. So it's not new.
No, this is the Bobby Ball. This is the Bobby Ball miracle shit that I talked about earlier this year, where like the UC Davis and the power goes out, then they pick off the ball next. Like, a guy fumbles a spike. Have you ever heard of that before in your life? That the only reason that happened is because he sold his soul to the devil. Okay, that's the only reason that happened. There's no other explanation, and it's gonna frustrate the shit out of you. But it would not surprise me after this if they go and beat the Cats by 50. Because nothing makes sense with a Bobby coach team. Nothing. And so you're just going to have to live with this. And you're going to have to live with being frustrated and throwing stuff at a wall and drinking whiskey and just Like that's just what you're gonna have to do. It's what you're gonna have to do. That's Bobby Ball in a nutshell. So I'm sorry, guys. They stink. I'm not gonna say they won't forever stink. They might figure some stuff out, but that performance was
Poop Town.
Was Poop Town. That was awful, 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 awful. Fix it. This is like why Palmer called me a known motivator. I hope you guys listen to this and stop going 3 and out every goddamn play or drive in the second half. Like, you could have RPO'd them to death. They're blitzing 8 guys. Like, just pull the ball and throw it over their heads. Like, just, that's all you have to do. All you have to do is get a first down and run the clock out. And you can't even do that. And you're letting your defense go on the field for 90 plays. That's why the defense looks so bad, because they're on the field the entire second half. Like, do you know how hard that is as a player to be on the field that long? Like, that was a result of the offense being shitty and, like, stubborn and beating their head against the wall just to get Gilman a carry on first down every time. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can just pull it, throw it over their heads. You were showing that in the first half. In the second half, you just decided, we're gonna take it easy. We're gonna sort of run power runs or run down the middle and then set up a second and try to run the clock. Just run your offense. Just run it. Like, this blows me away, Colter. I sorry, this is rapid fire machine gun because I don't want to talk about it. I want to get it out of my system. That game sucked. Sucked. It was awful.
Poop Town.
But they somehow won. And welcome to Bobby Ball.
And a miracle. That's Bobby Ball. And that will happen.
I totally agree, though. If they just go gloves off and they whoop the Cats in Missoula in 2 weeks, won't surprise me at all. But also, there's a reality that's staring them in the face. Here's, I think, the doomsday scenario for Griz fans. The Griz finished the season 13-2 with the 2 losses by about 70 points.
Yeah. That's a legit fear. Like, we had this in our text thread. That game in Missoula in 2 weeks is ending 55-3, and either team winning 55-3 would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. I don't know what's going to happen there. That's bad. It was bad, and you got to get it. You got to flush that out of your system. Again, in 2008, we had a game like that in Central Washington. 23, they lost to NAU. Like, it happens. And then
Central Washington was better than most of the teams that these guys were playing. Central Washington, pro quarterback who went on to be the MVP of the Grey Cup.
Yeah. So
and Johnny Spivak, who was a pro receiver.
Yeah. So I don't know. These games happen. 2009, Idaho State happened.
Yep.
It happens. I know I'm yelling at all you guys right now, but just get used to this. Like, and I don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks. Like, there's legitimate fear that you lose, you get a 4 seed, you go to play NDSU in the semifinals, and you also lose by 50. Or you could win and then have the 2 seed and not play anyone till NDSU in the championship, and then you have a chance. I don't know what's going to happen. If they win that game, if they beat Eastern convincingly, I'm a lot more confident in 2 weeks, but it doesn't change what I think they can do this season.
It's an excellent Talkin Schmidt. Good hanging out with you, buddy. I got to go. But thanks so much for our sponsors, Holloway and Hulling, for their continued support. And thanks to Andrew for always doing this and bringing the heat. Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem.